Hey, did you guys miss me? Because this is another episode of Pinesap's Papacy Preview, where we go over the best books in papal apologetics. This episode, we'll be covering a really special book written by Father Adrian Fortescue, known as The Early Papacy to the Synod of Chalcedon. This book is special by and part because of its author, Father Adrian Fortescue. Father Adrian Fortescue was one of the most seminal Byzantinists in the Catholic Church around the early 1900s. A Byzantinist was someone who studied the culture of Byzantium, really most of the Eastern Orthodox, and even by proxy the Eastern Catholic churches, and how the relative culture influenced the East and the history of the Byzantine Empire. He was one of the best scholars on this topic at his time. And because of his pioneering work, we were able as Catholics to get a better idea of what was believed in the Eastern Orthodox churches as a means to do ecumenical outreach and even convert the Eastern Orthodox to reconcile with the Catholic Church. Let's get into the book. One of the special aspects of the early papacy is in that it really covers that very earliest period of church history. It doesn't really even touch the first millennium of church history, era that we're more expected when we talk about the early papal developments, but it talks about really the first 500 years of the Petrine office of Peter. This is special because it allows us to see how from the earliest days in the church, this authority was recognized by the entire church and came to really resemble what we see today in the papal claims. Now, Fortescue, because he's British, is covering really more the Anglican perspective. The Anglican perspective would oftentimes prefer saints like Saint Cyprian to kind of say that all bishops were equal and that they all had these, equal authorities and what have you. But he comes at it from a perspective of really trying to address these claims and show that's not quite how the historical record shows. However, this book is great for any form of Protestant or Eastern Orthodox who may be interested in the very earliest instances of the papal claims. He gives a fantastic text to read and really introduce yourself to papal history from the earliest eras. And on top of that, the book is not too hard to read and it's very, very short, all things considered. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It is solid, it's nice and cheap, and you could go pick it up right now. I think it's a fantastic text to introduce to Christians who are not reconciled with the Holy See, the Petrine claims, and really showing them how historical they are in the earliest days of the church. Guys, this is a great text to show our history of the papacy and really affirm it in a very clear way. So I recommend picking up this one and sharing it with your friends. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next episode.